Okay, so again, this screen demonstrates what the listing realtor sees in their back office once they log in. The application is there, the documents that they requested are there, and then if there are any co-applicants, the co-applicants are listed down here. So they can also screen those. So next step is for the listing realtor to click the Screen Now button.
Okay.
So keep in mind they haven't left anywhere. They're still wherever they are when they receive this email. Really, really simple. 24 hours a day, the system's up and running. Okay, so they click the Screen Now button, and what it does is screens for the credit report with the score, the eviction, criminal, sex offender, previous addresses, and it also lists the employer. So it gives them a full report. So everything they need in order to help the landlord render a decision, it's here. Okay, so they can save it to their hard drive and look at it later. They can print it, look at it later, whatever they need to do in order to push the file through, it gives them the access to do it. Okay, so once they've made a decision on it, they then can go in and render a decision, whether it's an approval, conditionally approval, or the denial. Okay, and then so again, let me back up a little bit. Once they click the Screen Now button, it sends an email notification to the applicant and the applicant's realtor, if they are connected into the system, that the status of the application is in process. Okay, so that means that it's being screened. Okay. At that point, there are no refunds because the funds are the application fees being used for its intended purposes. Okay. So and then once they are ready to render a decision, they can send an email out to the applicant. So an email that says approval at the top, and they can put any type of message in there that they want to. Typically what I see is something similar to this. Your application has been approved by the landlord. Please deliver the security deposit within 48 hours. Okay. So that helps them move through the application, and then they can send it, and of course it sends an email to the applicant.
Yes.
Okay? So really, really simple, really, really easy to push through. It saves a lot of time for everyone.
So, Jonathan, in our earlier conversation, you said something about a pre-screen service?
Right.
Can you
So,
describe that?
yes. So there's another system that we have outside of the Go4Rent system. If the listing realtor has already received, let's look at it this way. Let's say that a realtor wants to represent a tenant, and they want to kind of look at their file prior to working with them. Outside of this Go4Rent environment, they can go into our SelfService website and run a credit report on that person. That SelfService website also allows them to send an email to the applicant, allow that applicant to pay that application fee online as well, and give the authorization to the realtor to pull their file. So with the self-service system, generally what it does is that, again, it allows the realtor representing that applicant to send an email to them, have them pay the application fee online, and then once they pay the application fee online, the realtor representing that renter gets an email notification saying you can go, the file is ready, please go ahead and screen it now. And they go ahead and screen the file, and they get the credit report with the score.
And that's what cost?
That's $15.
So is there any reason that if you're starting to work with a tenant, you shouldn't just have them do the full application?
Well, if you're not representing the landlord,
right,
then sometimes that listing realtor may have their own system, which means that they may not accept this system for some reason, even though it's just, we all pull from the same mega databases.
So they would be paying 2 applications.
Yeah, we don't want to see that happen. I always advise that if you're doing tenant representation, pre-screen them.
Yes.
And see what's going on with them. That kind of gives you a gauge of what's the direction to take. Because even on the MLS and the agent remarks, it may say credit score 680 above or something like that. And if you pre-screen them and you know their score is less than that, then it makes no sense to show that house.
So how do they access that pre-screen service?
Okay, I don't have internet access.
Okay.
So
Just describe it.
sure, it's again our secondary website. They can go in, do a form, so I have to actually physically sign them up for that service and create a login and password for them. Okay. And then email that back to them, then they can log in and then pre-screen.
So they should just contact you?
Right. They can contact me, shoot an email to me, hey, I want the self-service website. And actually they can go to Go4Rent.com and then click on the Realtors tab.
Yes.
And then scroll down and you'll see the self-service, button, which kind of leads you over to the self-service website where you can do the form to gain access to it. Yeah. So really simple. Again, even on that self-service site, if the listing realtor already has an application, but they don't have the application fee, self-service site is good to use because that way the listing realtor does not have to ask the applicant to complete another application.
Yes.
So if they have it and they're comfortable with it, it's legible, they can use the self-service website to send an email to the applicant and have them pay the application fee online.
Okay.
So
Which
the
is only $15.
Well, again, on the self-service website, they can choose which service they want.
Okay.
So if they want to run the full file to where they get all the credit stuff, that's $45, but they can do that from the self-service site too.
Okay.
So we have the Go4Rent. This site is the full-service site. Yeah, this site's the full-service site. But again, if they have the application in hand, then they can use the self-service site, which I'll have to sign them up for it.
Great.
Yeah. So some agents still want to do both. Some of them do the full service site, some of them do the self-service site because they still get applications in hand. I always recommend too for the listing agent to put in their private remarks, please screen at Go4Rent.com, do not send an application or application fee. So that way the entire process is automated for everyone.
Okay. Why don't you share your website and phone number?
Sure.
As
I'm
for-
sorry. Yeah,
for
the
audience?
website is www.go4rent.com. That leads you to the main website, and you can contact me. My direct number is 832-584-8305. I hardly have a dollar, so I just got to kind of think about it a little bit. Yeah.
All right, anything else?
No, that's really about it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, John.
Yep.